So it's time for attempt number 2 in the Lost Autumn. I've been thinking about it for a little bit. And what I think I need to do is make sure that I do not get my docks too quickly. I got a whole bunch of docks going yesterday in the first attempt, and it just didn't really work out very well. I think it's absolutely critical for us to try and, like, at the very least, get our lumber initially from the trees. Because there's a lot of trees around the place. There's a lot of different things that we can use. And yesterday I was getting most of my lumber income from, like, the boats and the shipments and all that, but I don't think I should do that. So, once again, gonna select the hard difficulty, which actually proved to be very challenging. I was pleasantly surprised with how difficult it was, which is awesome. Let's get started today. What are my thoughts on Stellaris? I've never played it. I've never played it, man. Oh, this game is a blast, yeah.
Personal Journal of Euphemia McLaughlin. Assistant Engineer at Imperial Exploration Company.
Do we watch it again? I think we do. I think we do. It's a good cinematic.
5 weeks since we have left the familiar walls of Birmingham behind. Weeks of uncertainty, of struggle, of hope. And finally, we have reached the shores. We had 3 deaths so far. Or small price for progress, as IEC called it. I can only hope I am going to avoid their fate. They've claimed there was nothing to fear. That this whole journey of ours was just a precaution. But now, it feels like the weather is changing. And the winter seems inevitable.
It's nice, isn't it? Oh, you're playing along at the exact same time, Pasia? Nice. So I've mostly read all of these things again, so I might skip some of them. But we crossed the rough northern seas to reach Site 113, where we are to build the greatest marvel of technology, a generator. Your crew, lured by the promise of a steady job and eager to leave the work riots and bread queues behind, are somewhat taken aback at the sight of the desolate landscape surrounding the site. They were told not to ask for details, and there's no turning back now. There's no consensus why this contract has such a high priority, considering the deteriorating situation of the Empire, but your superiors are clear. This is the most important job of your life. For Queen, for country. I'm really liking this scenario so far. I think it's actually, out of like the original ones, I guess, I think it's my favorite. It's extremely good. Pleasantly surprised. Okay, so once again, this is a prequel. It's not a sequel. It's a prequel to the base game of Frostpunk. So it's basically a pre-Frostpunk. Like, you can see a little blurry thingy right over here. This, guys, is a plus symbol. Whoa. It's plus 10 degrees Celsius. Now, even though temperature doesn't seem to be much of an issue, it's still gonna be a pain in the butt because everyone's behaving like a little bitch. Sorry. Basic facility. Before you start building the generator, you have to set up a basic supply infrastructure. This means building the docks and gathering the resources, piling by them. You'll also need a raw food source, the fishing harbor, or forager's camp set up by a food source somewhere in the plains. So, I've already spent, I think, about a good 5 hours or so in this scenario so far. Let's just say that my superiors decided that it was time to let go of me. Let's just leave it at that, okay? Let's just leave it at that. So, there's these docks that we can use to gather additional resources and to gain additional stuff throughout the game. It's really, really nice, but I have to be cautious with where I position most of my buildings. So since I'm thinking about taking this area right here as my very first docks, I think I'm gonna get most of my like production stuff over in this area as well. We have to figure out a place where we're gonna build our neighborhoods. So yesterday I built them up there. I don't think that's necessarily a bad spot for it. It worked out quite well, right? Should we still dedicate this space over here? We probably should. We probably should. So they've introduced like an entire new set of laws. They've introduced like whole new researches. There's tons of new structures. It's really nice. It's really nice. So we need to research and build docks. Start gathering the resource piles by the docks. So those are things we can gather. Yesterday I built like all 3 of them really quick, but I don't think I should do that because it costs too many steam cores. I think that was one of my main mistakes. I also don't want to use it for lumber initially because it's just not a good idea. Anyways, we'll get started here by gathering the wood piles. And even though I'm not sure if this is going to be the attempt where we're going to be able to, you know, finish the game or like beat the game, we're going to try our very best regardless, right? We'll have to try. We'll have to try. Oh, I have some engineers available as well. Yeah, here's the shaft of the generator again. We need to build the generator, which sounds easy, but it really is not. It really is tricky. If you could keep the chat to English, that'd be great, guys. I know there might be some fellow countrymen in the chat. I mean, saying hi in your language is cool, but if you could keep it mostly English, that'd be great. That'd be really nice. Should I use gathering posts for this, actually? Yeah, maybe not even a bad idea. Might make it a little bit quicker to gather some of this stuff without people getting sick. Alright. I'm on the hard difficulty, yes. When I come up with some cool ones, Mimimo, I'm open to suggestions. I'm thinking about like dedicating most of my production then over here. Maybe like medical posts and research up here. What do you guys think? I'm not sure though. I kind of want to have like dedicated spaces to the different things. So we found out that this one over here has only 1 unloading bay. This one over here has 2. I'm not sure about the one in the center. This one may have also had 2. I'm not 100% sure. Yeah, motivation is huge. So if you get it above the threshold, people are gonna feel way better about themselves. Okay, so 10 people can work over here. That should hopefully make the gathering a little bit more smooth. Maybe I should do another one over here as well, just in a second, once I've got the resources for it. The gathering post, very helpful. We just need some wood and some steel. Need 1 more lumber. There it is. We'll put one over here too, so we can dedicate a little bit of time as well to gathering some more resources here in a little bit. It's a new DLC for Frostpunk, yeah. So it's downloadable content. And it's been really good so far. First steps. Sir, our employer, the Imperial Exploration Company, has prepared the site for us. Besides digging the enormous shaft for the underground part of the generator, they left some construction materials behind to get us started. We should set up camp to clear the area around the shaft to make a space for the construction facilities. Cool. So one of the first things we'll have to do is set up a workshop as well. Workshop's very critical. And we're gonna have to decide where we want to put them. So I know we're gonna get these boosting things later on, right? That will like increase productivity. So we should think about mostly putting them around the same space. Maybe like this area over here for like medical care as well. Would not be a bad idea. I don't want to destroy any of the natural resources. So this should already make things a little bit easier. Gonna have to build a road. Can we not build a road over here? There we go. Nice. Hey, what's going on, Assassin? I'm doing very well, man. I'm a little bit early today. I decided to go live like an hour and a half, 2 hours-ish early. Just because I'm a bit of a nerd. Don't tell my mom. I already finished my video for today. I decided to go for a run, which I already did as well. And, yeah, I figured why not? Why not go live a little bit early? We're gonna have to make sure that we gather this big pile over there in the back too, but should be okay. We'll get started with a second workshop immediately as well. Just so hopefully we can really research pretty rapidly. It's really critical. It's a prequel, yes. So this game is set up as a prequel. Alright, so here's the research. There's a lot of different researches we need to do. I think top priority over here is faster gathering for now. It's one of those no-brainers. We also need to get the sawmill going real quick. We need the docks. We need to make sure we get profiles manufacture going. We need the foragers' quarters. I think I should also be looking into getting more foragers as fast as possible. I'm not sure if we can afford that, but I'm thinking sawmill plus more foragers as quick as possible. That's gonna dedicate a lot of our people though, and I won't have that many people here initially. But let's get started with faster gathering because it's gonna be good, no matter what. Hey, I'm glad to hear it, Assassin. Yeah, there's been a bunch of up-and-coming players recently in StarCraft 2, man. It's really cool. Like, I feel like over the last few years, it's been a little stable, where, like, the amount of pro gamers that are new are far and few between, but yeah, it's happening more and more right now. Pretty cool, right? I want to put down a medical post as well. I think we're probably mostly going to sit on just 2 workshops. So let's make a medical post over here. And maybe later on we can, like, you know, dedicate more people to it. Got a feeling though, 1 medical post, 2 workshops is going to be enough for now. And that will employ all of the people that we've got. Is this the year of Clem? I wouldn't be surprised if Clem is going to be one of the strongest competitors in 2020. Yeah. Clem is looking ridiculously good. Raynor, obviously, looking ridiculously good as well. But more recently, we've had a player called Zone, or Zun. It's kind of unknown how people really pronounce his name. But he's been taking series off of the best in the best. But indeed, what Assassin Forever is saying, I feel like everyone is sleeping on Cure. I've been hyping up Cure on YouTube. For about a year, I think now. I've been hyping him up for such a long time. I've been bringing everyone's attention to him, and it seems to finally be paying off because he just on Aligulek, right? So Aligulek is not the most accurate, way of determining who the best programmer in StarCraft 2 is, but he's currently 2nd place. Now he's 2nd place without ever winning a premier tournament, but he's taking series off of the best of the best. Like he just passed Dark, who is like the world champion of StarCraft 2 on that leaderboard. It's crazy. Now, if he can like get it together and keep it together in offline tournaments, I think he's gonna be one of the absolute favorites in 2020. The guy's ridiculously good, yet nobody really talks about him. Well, people are starting to talk about him now. I like the idea though of looking at up-and-coming pro gamers and making the call if I think they have a chance of being really good. I don't know if my track record is particularly great, but I did mention, I think I started casting Raynor games like 2 years or so, maybe a year and a half before he really became as good as he is right now. I've been casting his games much longer than you know, he's been considered one of the best for. So it's you know, I hope my track record over time will hold strong. But I'm calling Cure, Clem, Raynor to be the favorites going into 2020, other than like, you know, the regulars, right? Like Sarah obviously is gonna be great. All those guys are gonna do well. But yeah. Oh, one sec, guys. My girlfriend's calling me. She barely ever phones me. I'm like, if she calls me all of a sudden out of nowhere, right? We usually text. We don't really phone because I'm always recording videos and doing live streams and stuff. I figured it must be really serious. Nothing serious. Nothing serious at all. Now, she's at work today, but a couple of her colleagues are sick. So she's actually all by herself. At work. So she was eating lunch just by herself. Not the most terrifying thing in the world. But you know, like, say your mom never calls you ever, right? You never call your mom, and all of a sudden your mom calls you, you're like, something terrible's happening. Nothing terrible was happening. All right. What were we talking about? We were talking about something. All right, we were talking about StarCraft. Oh, my favorite subject. Love talking about StarCraft. What's up, Foe? How are you doing, man? All right, so here we go. Things are looking strong. We're gonna employ those people here very quickly. When it comes to setting up our neighborhood, I want to be cautious with the neighborhood because we have to keep in mind that we have to put what is it called? A bathhouse and then also a church around it. I'm not entirely sure what the size of the circle is, but I think if I want to build homes, right, I should probably leave at least 2 rows and then build those 2 structures over here. Or like wherever we decide to build the neighborhood. I think up here makes the most sense for the neighborhood. But we have to make sure that we leave enough space for it. We have a bathhouse next to a church. Yes, guys. We don't want stinky people at, you know, the chapel. Come on. There's no shame in that. So we need to make sure we leave some room over here in the center. Idle hands. As the first workday ends, people start gathering in small groups to chat or play cards.
I forgot to log in to throw bits at you yesterday.
Oh, you can make up for that today, JK Goggles. No hard feelings, man. That's all good. Deep, ain't it? And to think we have to work down there.
Donation confirmed.
So here is some extra.
Hey, thank you, dude. Appreciate the generosity. Thank you very much. I'm actually gonna adjust the audio just a little bit in just a sec. So out of boredom or maybe to exercise their fears, more workers join in, some rocks. Okay. Let them be for now, guys. We will, once again, become the supreme ruler of these people. As we all know, those kind of things have turned out to be a necessity. I can't help it either, guys. We just need to do what has to be done. That's not me being a jerk. That's just me being realistic. Maybe a bit of a jerk. Oh, so these homes sadly aren't gonna have any people in them for now, but... we should, by the way, sign a law. I haven't done that yet. I don't know why I haven't done that yet. Yesterday, I had more than enough food. So I'm thinking hearty meals is possible. The same for, like, the additional comfortable quarters. I think I once again want to go in the direction of engineers. And because of that, I probably won't have as many people as if I would go workers. So I'm thinking about being nice to my people. Do you think that would work? I'm thinking being nice to the people is probably a good idea. Public house, chapel. Yeah, I think being nice is the right way to do it. So as soon as we have a place for people to like eat, hearty meals it will be. Attention, regulations change. Yeah, if in the late game I'm not gonna have the option to be nice, well, sucks to be them. That's not my problem. But early game, we need to make sure that until I've been able to establish, you know, my supreme rule, I'm not going to be able to give them much of a choice. Yeah, he who controls the spice controls the universe. There it is. So yesterday, for example, I started off giving the people in my settlement free cocaine for breakfast. Which, admittedly worked great for the first few days. But for some reason, and I really don't know why. But for some reason, that didn't go so well in the long run. People got a cold. Sir, a few of our people got a cold from sleeping on the ground. Yes. I will provide shelter for everyone. See? Good guy Lowko. Good guy Lowko, man. Yeah, I don't want to go with the cocaine law again, man. The cocaine law is like an absolute desperation move. I'm pretty sure if you have to go that direction, you can only leave it on for a very short amount of time. And even then, you gotta be extremely cautious. Okay, so. People are just about to get back to work, which is nice. I'm gonna be able to finish up my faster gathering here in a little bit. And we'll give everyone a home here, hopefully very soon. I really also need to make sure that I get my food production going. So we'll try and get that, the cookhouse that is, in just a second. So once again, temperature is not the biggest issue in this playthrough here. So it's a little bit different than what we're used to most of the time. I need to make I need to leave space rather over here so we can finish, or we can fit in an infirmary at a later time. So I don't want to go too ham with my positioning. I also need to make sure that I leave room here for gathering posts if I need to. So we've learned a lot, you know, from like playing our first time. I actually think I can probably get rid of some of those trees because they're not the most critical ones. Because there's plenty. I can harvest a lot of these trees just fine. I mean, maybe it's gonna be an issue later on, man. Like, I think this is the kind of scenario where, like, you try your best the first time, you fail. You learn a little bit, then you try better the second time, you fail. And then you learn a little bit again, and eventually, after learning over time, you make the progress that you needed to make. I think that's what we're aiming for here. Because yesterday, I did not value the construction of the generator long enough, and while my people were pretty happy and everything else was going half decent, I wouldn't go as far as saying it went good, but like things were going half decently. Everyone still hated me back in London because I wasn't apparently keeping up with the schedule. So no cocaine for the people this time, guys. No cocaine for the people. We need to make sure that we have enough tents here. Like I said, I need to leave some room. I think I can do 2 rows and then like the bathhouse is behind it. Not everyone is gonna have the perfect, like I don't know what the perfect grid is. Probably someone has come up with the perfect grid. I don't know how to set up the perfect grid. So I'll just go 2 homes or 2 rows of tents. And then we'll like put a bathhouse and a church over there. And then we like, you know, go from there. Okay, I can introduce a new law again. So here's the cocaine pills law. That's what I was talking about, man. We don't want to go too ham on the cocaine pills. Maybe I should just remake my my beautiful area here at some point. So here's the bathhouse, which requires coal, and then there's a chapel, which does not require coal. So I think we're gonna go with the chapel first. Public house, I don't want to rush. I've got 1 day 14. I've got 4 days for the other one, so we'll give priority here to providing shelter. Okay. So lumber is one of the limiting resources for sure. We need to make sure that we keep researching as much as possible. What's going on, Hung One? Good to see you, man. Or I hope I didn't butcher your name. Maybe I did. I apologize if that's the case. We'll get rid of these gathering posts here actually at some point as well. Should be fine. Foraging quarters is very important. Sawmill is very important too. We'll get started with the foraging quarters first, I think. Both of them are really important, but for now, I think this one is a little more critical. Because this one will ultimately give us food. It's really critical. Happy Thursday. Hey, you too, Ice Balut. Glad to see you on again. Last time I remember, you sacrificed a child. Look, okay, in my defense at the time, the generator was broken, and only a kid was small enough to go into the generator and fix it. It fixed it as well, okay? It did a great job. Now, sadly, little Timmy, is I believe what we called him, did not manage to make it out. Timmy? I don't even remember his name, dude. I made a harsh decision, and I didn't, yeah, it was the right call, guys. Hey, Lowko, let's play a round of League of Legends together. No, dude. I only play good games. How many, Sorry. It's the oldest joke. I like it, though. It's a good joke. Steam course depleted. Look, guys, I play StarCraft 2. If it wasn't for our elitism, we would have gone down a long time. Okay, it's critical for us. That's 7 tents right here, right? I need 2 more. Not everyone's gonna be able to sleep in a comfortable tent tonight, but it's what it is. You know, so I like to like make fun of hating on League of Legends as a joke. You know what I found out? You know what like type of players really hate League of Legends? So the people that really hate League of Legends are people that play League of Legends. It's a little bit odd. I've never met like bigger haters of League of Legends than the people that actually play the game. It's very confusing. Oh, actually, yeah, we can leave them off there. It's true, right? I don't know why. It's a little confusing. We'll go with standard meals for now. I will get hearty meals going once we have a little bit more of it. Lowko, it's literally the worst game I've ever played. I'm now playing it for 7 years. That's what I mean. That makes no sense. Alright, fair. No, man. You should also play, you should always play whatever you enjoy. I'm just giving you a hard time. Hating League of Legends is the main requirement. I see, I see. I guess you all play it for that one sick game, right? Like the one game, say you like to play a carry, the one game where your kill death ratio is 30-0. You're carrying, your team is like complimenting you, you got perfect items, and every single time you see an enemy, you just bash their head in and everything is just, you know, bowing before you. That's what you're looking for, right? That's why you play League. But that game is 1 in 500, so you need to keep going. You need to keep going, man. Zero of the homeless people fell ill. Nice. Lowko, that's optimistic. Maybe 1 in 1,000. Yeah, considering every game will probably take you about a half hour, it'll take you like 500 hours to get a really sick game, right? And then you watch the pro players, and I can imagine they have sick games like that constantly. Say you're a, I don't know too much about League of Legends or Dota or whatever, right? But I'm assuming if you're a pro player and you like make a new account, you absolute dance on all of the noobs, right? Like they absolute got them. Say like Faker decides to play on a new account. Does he just like absolutely murder them? There's a lot of Smurfs. Oh, okay, so it's exactly that reason then. Everyone wants to style on noobs. There's not a lot of noobs, I guess. Right. See, in StarCraft, that's not enjoyable. Like, I could make an account to StarCraft 2, start playing it, and I could beat Silver League players. But I wouldn't actually feel good about myself, because that just kind of feels like bullying in a way. I guess it's a little different in those games. I don't know, maybe it's not. I don't know. Yeah. I think if you really want to play a game like a MOBA, or pretty much any team game for that matter, the best way to play it is with friends. Then it's a lot of fun. I remember playing Dota 1 a lot back in the day. We would like do LAN parties a lot over at a friend's place, and we would play Dota all night. Like Dota 1, that is, like the Warcraft 3 mod. And we'd like do it in real life, you know? We'd like play a game. I don't know, have like a 3 AM pizza delivered, and then like continue playing the game, you know what I mean? That stuff was amazing. That was like the best way to play it. I feel like I've already had my MOBA fill back in the day. It's never been too attractive to me. I mean, I played a lot of Heroes of the Storm. Heroes of the Storm was an absolute blast. But as soon as I like start taking those games too seriously, and I really want to rank up, I just get so flustered by my teammates. I just can't stand it. Like, I love StarCraft because it's single player.
20 months of Lowko feck, yay. Remember people, Twitch Prime.
Hey, thank you, Invisi. Welcome, man. Thank you for the 20th month. You're the first sub of the day, actually. Welcome. It is a bit of a nerdy stream, yeah. Do I live near Almelo? I do not know. I mean, everyone in the Netherlands lives relatively close to everyone else, but... As the camp wakes up under the dark rain clouds, the mood among our people turns gloomy. Nobody told us we'll be sent to the end of nowhere, they grumble. There's nothing for us to do but work. And they're gonna keep... Yeah, everyone's gonna complain. So motivation is one of the key characteristics of this whole shenanigans over here. You see this? It's important. Gotta be careful. Okay, so. Need to build that final home here in a little bit. Pretty important. We can introduce a new law. Very good. Public house would probably be a good idea as well. All of this requires a lot of lumber. We can also do the repatriation of bodies. We will lay our dead to rest in English soil. Their bodies will be kept in a morgue until they can be transported. That's also a pretty cheap one to go with. Alternatively, we can go with the on-site burials, but I don't know. I feel like this one, since we're gonna play nice guy, right? We're gonna play nice guy Lowko here, at least initially. I will try and sign the correct laws, like the humane ones. I'm glad to hear that even the dead won't be left forever in this hellhole. Wow, Albert. At least after death, we are granted to return home. See? Everyone's happy, guys. They love me. I mean, love is a strong word, but they don't mind me. There you go. That's better. No drugs. No drugs. Drugs will be a last resort, man. We'll give them cocaine for breakfast as a last resort. Okay, so this one can be demolished. Some of you can start working over here. Well, actually, I need another gathering post. Well, we can make that right now. Let's gather the stuff a little bit quicker. Very good. I'm gonna have to build that chapel. So that one is 30 lumber. And also that morgue, but we'll go with the chapel first, because people will like it better. Plus, we don't have any dead people at this point, so it's probably fine. So you can see right here. Oh, yeah, look at that. So 2 circles, or 2 rows rather, seems to be the right call. And I will put the bathhouse right next to this. Can I rotate it? Is it possible to rotate? Oh, yeah, you can rotate it. Oh, shit. I didn't consider rotating it. I could fit in a little bit more space like this. It's always going to be inefficient as far as spacing goes, though, guys. Look, this is the perfect spot over here. Thing is, the bathhouse is just as big. If I'm not mistaken. It might actually be a little bit bigger. I wouldn't be surprised if the bathhouse is a little bit bigger than this. Gonna have to put up a gathering post over there, so. It's bigger? I think that's the place. And then we'll put the bathhouse next to it. Yeah, it's similar at least. It's not much of a difference if there is a difference. It's big. It's a big structure and it's kind of awkward. Shelter promise fulfilled. Everyone needs a roof. If one flapping one. Okay, yeah, cool. Wait, vertical fits better with the bathhouse? Yeah, so the way it is right now fits better with the bathhouse, right? That's what I was thinking. So we can fit it together and they're like... They can like... Yeah. It's a chunky building. It is a chunky building. It is. So some people can work in there in just a little bit. Some of you can start gathering some of this. I've got a lot of people available, actually. This is fine. Am I fat shaming the chapel? A little bit, yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna have to get myself the quarters here in a little bit. I also need to get myself the next research going really badly. I need 10 lumber for that. Is there any lumber? Is there any lumber? There's no lumber. The only way I can get lumber is by shutting down another structure. I need 20 lumber. No, I do not have a sawmill. That's the whole point. I need to still research that. I need 10 sawmill or 10 lumber to build it. Okay, I guess what we can do is like cancel that. And then start the research up, and then we'll go from there. We'll build the chapel a little bit later. Should be fine, actually. Shouldn't be a big deal. We need that research. How much does this thing cost to build? 35 wood? I need more wood, guys. Well, I guess what we can do, though, we're gonna be able to, like, dismantle these posts, and that's gonna give us 24 wood back. So I think it's okay. Yeah, I don't think it's a big deal. We can dismantle this one already as well. That's gonna give us some back. We also should give some, or get some back here in a little bit from that. Should be fine. There it is. So I need 10 lumber. We need 35. This is gonna give us 30. Oh no, this is gonna be 52. 52 plus. We're gonna be at 64. 64. No, it's totally fine. We can build this thing. So this one can go together with the morgue at like a random place. I need a random place where we're not gonna like destroy our wood too much. There's not a lot of random places on this map, aren't there? I mean, I could put them over here in the woods. I don't know exactly how many of these trees I'm gonna have to cut down. Do you think this is fine? Yeah, I also need wood for the road. You're right about that. Speaking of that, actually. Yeah, I can get a bit of lumber back, just like this. There you go. So this is like an awkward place, though. I think over here, and then the morgue right next to it. Yeah. So how big is the morgue again? Morgue is a beefy place. The morgue in the woods is a nice thing, right? It's like a beautiful little area where at least, you know, not everything is terrible. It feels bad, though, to remove some of this, but... Okay. I need 10 lumber left over here. Which I will have, so it's all good. Why are people hungry? Guys, don't be hungry. Stop being hungry. Can everyone just stop being hungry, please? So, I don't have anyone working right now. I should have gotten that sawmill as like one of my very first researches. The faster gathering actually is extremely noticeable. Alright, so foragers. Oh, this also requires wood. Ah, this sucks. Alright, you guys are sleeping on the street tonight. Damn shame, guys. How much wood does that require? 20? Okay, cool. Time to introduce a new law again. This would be a good moment for the bathhouse, but I'm not gonna be able to do that. Public house. I would like to open the public house here as well as the bathhouse, actually. I want to open both of these, but obviously that's something we won't be able to do until later. I've got a few days to, like, you know, sign all of that, so it's all good. Yeah, the research for the sawmill was absolutely critical. We should have done that a little bit quicker. Okay. Can I make the morgue already as well? I don't know how much of a rush I have for that. I've got 1 day and 2 hours remaining for it, so we do need to start it up pretty soon. Okay, fine. There we go. That way I can build a little bit easier. These people are going to finish that up. Research is going to be done as well. Morgue has been built. Cool. Chapel should also be built here in just a sec. Okay. You overhear 2 workers arguing over the reality of global cooling. You really believe this is end of the world rubbish? Me, I'm just here for the money. So the science says, is what I will respond. I also need to make sure I still built that chapel, but we'll do so in a sec. Okay, so this one can also be removed, and then we can get rid of the street here in the center entirely, right? Does there have to be a connection to the center? I don't think so. Doesn't seem so. No, there has to be a connection to the center, guys. Never mind, guys. Ta-da! It was just a joke, team. It was just a joke. Okay. So, should be able to get that team going here in a sec. And you guys go on over to the reindeer tracks, and then we need to make sure that we get them to that pond as fast as possible as well. That research, though, has to be freaking done, man. Like, that research is so slow. I'm kind of tempted to restart, because this is not a good beginning. Not a great start. I'm 100% out of lumber. I've got a lot of idle people. I think I'm gonna have to restart. This is not done. Not good. Not good. Not good. I mean, it's such a short beginning still. Let's do it a little bit better, because I needed to get that research much quicker. Yeah, like a bad start. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. Okay. Oh. My map was turned the other way. I'm like, huh? What happened?
All hail the God Emperor Lowko, may his reign be long with an iron fist.
Thank you. Why toxic trash for the 100 bits and the beautiful words. I 100% agree with you. Yes. May my reign be long and with an iron fist. Hardy mules. Gathering post. Right over here. Everyone, start gathering as many of these things as possible. We'll get faster gathering as well, but probably not our first research. We gotta get a workshop going. 2 of them, as soon as possible. I will go from there. Okay, yes. We can move a couple of the people over From right here to right there. Get the second one going. And then that road from the center towards this area as well. Can we build a road? We can. I should probably demolish the road that is over here. Right? It doesn't seem to be much of a purpose to have this one. Get some extra lumber to start with. Yo, what's going on there, Curls? I started a little early today. I did, yeah. Oh, well. Shouldn't have removed this little bit over here, actually. People can gather these with hands. That's totally fine. Not a big deal. Cool. Next up, since people will get ill during the night, we should get a medical post, which I will also build over here. And we'll get the cookhouse after this. Okay, cookhouse is going to be on that corner. That's 20 wood. Need a lot of wood for a lot of things. There it is. 5 engineers here, 5 engineers here. Let's start the research. Do you think I should go faster gathering or sawmill first? Faster gathering is probably better. But I shouldn't go forward just quarter second. I should go faster gathering first and then sawmill second. I think both are viable though. Idle hands. Yes, go ahead. Nice guy, Lowko. Alright, so that's the first day done. Some people are gonna end up getting sick. Because they have nothing to do. They're twiddling their thumbs, which is a shame, but it is what it is. Let's get it going. Did your Frostpunk failure from yesterday haunt your dreams? A little bit, yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I really wanted to get it done. But sadly, didn't go perfectly. Let's go... No, not with the morgue yet. Not with the bathhouse yet, not with the public house yet. We'll go chapel first, I guess. We can also get radical treatment and sustain life, to be honest. The gravely ill will be kept alive but untreated in medical posts. I mean, I don't want to have to, like, build something yet. So maybe we should just get the sustain life one right now. Because that's the one I would have picked later. Lowko, don't forget the deadline this time. Oh, I didn't forget it. It was just kind of how it turned out. Watch check today. Are we gonna do wristwatch checks? Rainbow, can you recognize? I wear the same watch every day, pretty much, dude. Like 90% of the time. 99. What's going on, my brothas? How are you doing, dude? I got rid of a few of my watches. The ones I didn't, like, really wear. I like watches, though. Watches are nice. I just started again. Yeah, a couple minutes ago. Because I had a bad start and didn't go the way I had planned. What's going on, Shadowbird? How are you doing, man? No, I've got a few watches. I think 4. But I really only wear the one. Like, most of the time. Okay, so we're getting the food going, which is nice. I can switch over to... the other ones here in a little bit, but that's totally cool. People aren't hungry. Good start. Steam cores have been depleted. Good. Some of you can start gathering some of the coal up here. Because being idle kind of sucks. Are there times where I do switch watches? Yeah. So this one is not meant to be underwater, for example. This is a Speedmaster, and they were meant to be worn, like, on racetracks, and they worn these on the moon as well, so that's pretty cool. But even though they're cool to be on the moon, they're not cool to be underwater. As weird as that may be. So, we need to provide people with homes. We'll do the same area again. So we can actually build over here pretty far out. Four was what I did last time, right? And that seemed to be okay. Gonna have to build that road a little bit further though. This is a pretty expensive road. I don't know if I like this too much. Yeah, that's a little much. Well, I guess as long as we get the research going, it's not that big of a deal. We need to save some lumber for that though. Okay, sawmill. Okay, so that's the big research I needed to go and get. Yeah, I restarted Assassin. Things didn't go as planned. So that's 5, 6, 7, 8. We need one more. And people are gonna be happy. People will love me, I'm sure. They won't complain ever again. I'm sure that's what's gonna happen. Chapel. New rules in effect. Okay. Most people are sleeping in a tent. 10 of them aren't though. Let's go screw those people. No, I just didn't have the lumber for it. One of my homeless people fell ill. That's cool. I mean, it's not cool, but it's okay. It's fine. We will have to get the research for the foragers' quarters next. So that one's 10 lumber as well. We have to keep that in mind. Reality check, yes. Motivation is a big one. But we've already learned about that last time. Rise and shine. We got work to do. Cool. So, we have one person working over there. That should be fine. Research is going to finish in a sec. Let's build the chapel like I was talking about previously. There it is. Need to have a road for that too. And we need to make sure we have about 30 lumber available by the time the research is done, which is right now. So we want to start the research for the foragers' quarters, and then we want to start building 2 sawmills. One over here, I think. Just so it doesn't destroy anything critical would be nice. Cool. And then one over here as well to clear out some room over here. Okay. Let's connect this one to a road. And we'll destroy these as soon as, like, there's nothing anymore to gather, right? If we're gonna have to connect it, let's connect it this way. And then we'll fill that one out in just a sec. So wood piles once again depleted. Whew! Such a cheeky one, man. You need to be really, really fast with that sawmill research, because I already have nothing. Rations for the ill. I mean, the thing is, I don't want to like. Oh yeah, we can do this one. This one's fine. Food rations. If people could get together in chapel to listen to the words of scripture, it would raise their spirits. Cool. I don't want to like go too ham on like being forced to build a lot of structures. So this one is fine. Okay, shelter promise fulfilled. People are happy. We have a church coming up right now as well. That should help quite a bit. Motivation goes up again. Sawmill is done. 10 people can work there. Sawmill is done over here. 10 people can work there. Cool. So that's going to provide us with lumber income for quite a while. You don't want to like feed the sick. I don't want to give them extra food rations, no. As messed up as that sounds, I don't have any food right now. And while I will get foragers going very soon, which will help out with that, I don't have them done yet. So people are gonna go hungry here, and I don't want to give the ill people any more rations than needed. Why did I decide to stream earlier today? Oh, I was done with my video pretty quick. Everything went smoothly today. I decided to go for a run today, so I didn't go to the gym. Decided to go for a run, which also takes a little bit less time. And I was already done, so I figured, you know what? Want to really play some video games? Let's play some video games. I love my job, man. So hey, thanks for watching. Thanks for being here. Means I can do what I can do. It's pretty great. We should get rid of this gathering post over here too, because it doesn't serve any function. And maybe I should like make a road in this direction instead. So we can like destroy the one in the center. Probably a good idea. Okay, foraging quarters done. We can make that one. I did it right over here somewhere, right? So the foraging quarters will give us the food that we're looking for. It's pretty critical. I need to get the docks going as well. Docks require a lot of people, but it will tech us up. We can go into like, you know, gathering and stuff over there, so let's get the docks going. I want to build a road over in this direction too. Cool. So as soon as that road over there is done, which it looks like it is right now, we'll demolish the one in the center. And get rid of that. Cool. That should be fine. Steel power has been depleted as well, so most of these things in the center right now are gone, right? Just to clarify, I'm pretty sure, yeah, all of the central resources are gone. We can set up a gathering post over here, so people don't have to like dig all of this stuff up with their hands, which is probably a good idea. I don't need a lot of coal, but we will need it if we want to power the bathhouse. So I think that's going to be our priority for the time being. Plus, people get sick if they like dig it up with their hands. It's not good. Okay, so foragers. These guys are critical as they will provide us with our very first food resources. I think this is as good as it goes right now. So let's save over here actually. Good start. I don't see how I could do this start any better, right? Like this is pretty much the perfect start, I think. Without like, you know, being a jerk to the people and giving them like low quality meals and all that. The first DLC is a prequel. It's a prequel, yeah. Like basically we had perfect macro up to this point. Well, not perfect, but like close to it. You can probably optimize things a little bit more, but this is about what we need.